Yeah, Young OG, Blair Thomas and Magic. Subscribe now, watch us live lavish. We got Brooks, now we live and we bringing major vibes. Obsidian Alliance, we taking off flying high. Follow us now for guidance. Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance. We got the best advice. Keep it real, no lying. Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance. We got what you need. Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance. Oh no, oh no.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Obsidian Alliance, of course. Just the two of us today. Star Wars topic, of course. That's the only reason why it's only two of us. It's been a while. It has. COVID, working two jobs, and just a myriad of other stuff. Sorry, I do apologize. This is YouTube after all. Has been just keeping us from not being able to do what we want to, but we will try to get back on our regularly scheduled programming after Thanksgiving. But today is a topic of the Mandalorian. Now, I did promise, it is now 2 weeks ago, that we were going to start doing reaction to those. We are still going to do those. However, it'll be for episode 4, which is next week, not this week, because this is episode 3, but episode 4 next week. We'll still do a review on episode 3, but we'll actually be doing a review on episode 3 and reacting to episode 4 at the same time. However, today it is just for a review of episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1 being chapter 9, The Marshal, and episode 2 being chapter 10, The Passenger. So, Blair, how did you feel? We're going to start with the first episode. How did you feel about the first episode and the Mandalorian coming back after all this time, especially due to COVID?
1, it's about time. 2, I have some high hopes for this season because last season was pretty lit in my opinion. Very good show. I do love how Disney is finally trying to expand on the Star Wars universe as far as other storylines and people and even different alien species. It's a
taken away from the lightsabers, right?
Yeah, I mean, lightsabers aren't the only way you can fight in Star Wars. So I like the Mandalorian's fighting style, using his head more than his weapons. It's also very clever. And a big thing for me, which I'm loving, is the introduction of all the different alien creatures. I am loving it. Like, it's great. Episode 9 was everything I needed it to be. I especially getting to finally see what the great crate dragon looked like. It was awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, spoiler alerts going ahead. It's massive. It was almost like, how are these normal people gonna take care of this thing without the Force, without Jedi Hell, without the Republic, and they still get it done by using their wits and their will. The will to survive sometimes, can sometimes be greater than the Force. But I love the introduction of all the animals, seeing the different ones, even the old ones, the little yak things that those sand people rode. I remember those back in the day, seeing them again. A lot of nostalgia. Even in episode 2, not episode 2, episode 10, right?
Yeah.
The ice spiders, awesome. I was just like, you think you're landing on this desolate ice planet just to find out that it's home to some spiders, and I was just like, that's
alien,
awesome.
Alien looking spiders at that,
right?
Almost face huggers.
Yeah, right, exactly. I loved getting to see the X-wings and how it was like a police stop in the middle of space. It gave me so much anxiety
hold on. We'll get to episode 10 in a second. We'll get to that in a second. Just to quickly piggyback off of you for episode 9, I loved the fact of a bait and switch with Boba Fett. When they first, because you meet, like, as soon as you see the Marshal in the armor, the first thing you're like, hold on, that can't be Boba Fett. But then you see the armor and you see the bullet gray, and you're just like, oh, that is the armor. So he's either dead or he's gotten way smaller in the 40 years. But then he takes off the helmet and you realize it's just, just some dude that just happened to take back his time. So you're like, oh, Boba Fett is dead in this timeline. Oh, God. But then, of course, at the end, once again, we already said spoilers. At the end, you see Boba Fett seeing the Mandalorian ride off. And I don't know his name, and there's I've watched other people react, and it's just like, I forget his name, but the original actor from episode 2 that played Jango Fett, of course, because that's the clones, came back and reprised his role as an older Boba Fett. And I love that so much because it just brings back continuity, and it brings back the originals and the prequels. And it's just like, okay, so yeah, we're staying in continuity here. Like you said, I love the Great Krayt Dragon. The fact that it spit out acid and destroyed almost everyone.
Right. And then, like, what took me out was, it was like, you know what? I'm really tired of playing with y'all. It went to the top of the mountain to make acid rain. Like, I was just like, oh my God, yes.
It's like, guy blew up and it's like, oh, okay, so y'all think this is a game. I'm gonna dig back underground and I'm gonna go up to the top of the mountain. And I love the jetpack scene. I love the fact that we are now gonna start seeing the jetpack more and more, because that now brings into different aerial dynamics of how to do things. And you just see him and the Marshal flying up to the mountain, flying around, and then the way he escaped, like Jonah the whale from the Bible, using the pulse rifle and then the detonator to blow up the Great Krayt Dragon. And then, of course, you see the Great Dragon, the Krayt Dragon Pearl that the Sand People are holding up. And it's just, that brought me back to the Old Republic and the Knights of the Old Republic games, where you could, and Legends continuity actually, to where people would make lightsabers out of the Great Dragon Pearl. And it would be a powerful, powerful lightsaber at that. So that was always fun and nostalgia. Him also being it's like they really, like when they said the Mandalorian was a Western, they were not kidding. Having to actually talk to the natives of the land and getting them to agree with some locals that they feel like, have been, killing them and such, and having them get to agree. Like you said, the will to survive is greater than the force. And having to make peace bargains with his flamethrower. And things like that. And so, yeah, no, that was like, no, I'm glad it's back. I'm glad, like you said, taking different parts of the Star Wars universe, taking it away from lightsaber, even though there's, of course, we'll know there's Jedi coming later on in the season, because, of course, Baby Yoda has to go to his kind, which is sorcerers like the Jedi. But in this case, it's just like, okay, as you said, how do normal people survive with all these creatures in the Star Wars universe? So, and like I said, I love that it's back. Now to episode 10, and the episode that gave a lot of Black people anxiety all over again. Like the fact that, and this is the difference between like how some Black people watch stuff and how other races watch it, because they'll look at that scene and they'll be like, oh, it's a funny interactive scene. For us, it's like, they really just put a random traffic stop in space? Like you driving while you Mando? Like, and it's just like, and it hits Black people a little bit differently. It's just like, oh, they really just pulled this man over because he was in a different area, just happened to be in a different area at some time. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you lost, boy?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that, but
like I think what tripped me out about it was the fact that everyone knows the classic X-wing sound when the X-wings open up the ear. Mm-hmm. And so they were closed the whole time, just chatting up like, oh yeah, we still need that beacon. I think it's malfunctioning. Oh, don't worry, we can wait till you fix it. I was just like, yep, this is about to go south so fast. So I said, it says here there might be a warrant out. You may just dipped off. That man just dipped off.
And like it's just like you said, all you hear is the X-wing. And you're just like, oh, this is about to go south real fast.
He knew what's up. He knew what was up. He was just like, you know what?
And then you just see the frog lady where he made that drop. She was trying to hold on for everything. She's like, oh my God.
Can we talk about how big of a savage Baby Yoda is for eating the babies the whole episode? Eating that lady's children. And it's just like my whole thing about it is they make it seem like he can understand the Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. Like he understand. So the fact that he kept telling him no and he kept still trying to eat them. Like the whole episode, literally, honestly, the whole reason why the spider woke up is because he kept eating the eggs. I'm just like, yo, what's your problem? Like,
it's like we forget that he's 50 years old, technically, but he still has the mindset of a child. He can't even speak yet. All you hear is that's all you hear. And he just eating the eggs. And it's just like, but you know what's crazy though? Like people were genuinely upset at that. Like trying to cause an uproar about it. And we're just like,
it's a show. Like
it's a child. How many times have you had to tell a child no? And they still try to do it anyway. And look at you while you're doing it.
He was a savage for looking back at the lady and then turn around going, like, that's what he was a savage. I was like, oh, you really a savage. You took one more just in case. Like, yo, you really a savage for that.
Oh, man, that was just, it was just, and just like, yeah, Baby Yoda, like, why would you mess with spider eggs?
The boy just puts everything in his mouth. I just don't understand. Like, it's like everything that's small enough to fit, he'll just put it in his mouth. I'm just like, yo, bro, this man literally eats anything. He don't care what it is.
And it's just like, the spiders, oh my God, came in droves and from different places. It's just like y'all are not going to be safe on this ship, like, at all. The X-Wings had to come and save y'all.
And then, of course, the last thing it says, make sure you get that beacon fixed.
Before we blast it out the sky. Make sure you get your stuff correct, boy.
Exactly. I'm just like, I guess to me, it's just like, one, I hope they do make it safely to the planet. I hope he does find at least one more Mandalorian. But that frog lady gave it to him, man. She found that robot. She was like, I heard Mandalorians were always about keeping their word. I guess those are just children's stories. I was like, oh, you done tried your race. You done tried your planet and your way of life. What you got to say about that? You gonna take that?
They done tried your creed. This is the way.
Yeah, this is the way. Face that.
Oh, this mom done tried me. Now I got to do it now.
Exactly.
Done tried me. But yeah, no. Great episode. Besides the Mandalorian police stop. The episode was great. And even that part, I'm not serious please don't take that as that. I'm not serious. It's funny because it's funny how relatable it is. And it's just like, and that's how you know you have good directing, is that you're able to put a traffic stop in Star Wars and give it a legitimate reason of why that is.
They did it just enough where it didn't seem like they weren't pushing it.
Yeah.
They did it just enough where we got it. Like where we got like, oh, okay, I see what you guys are doing here. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
I see what y'all doing here. I got you. I feel you a little bit.
So what is some of I think main thing is, well, one, I want to know, and I'm sure the viewers want to know, what are some of the rumors you've been hearing about the season going forward, and what are some of those rumors that you're hoping that are true?
Of course, we'll see more Jedi in season 2. Ahsoka Tano is supposed to be in it, and it's either supposed to be in it or supposed to be the one that they take to the child. So Ahsoka is supposed to be the one that helps lead and raise the child, or at least helps the child get to where it needs to go before I guess they separate their ways. Because of course because it's supposed to be after Endor, 5 years after Endor. So
5 years after after what now?
Return of the Jedi.
So this is before the First Order came into play.
Yes.
Okay.
And we know what happens after, if you watch Rebels, of course, season 4, the ending of Rebels, Ahsoka and I forget her name, Sabine Wren. There we go. Her and Sabine Wren are supposed to go to the outer regions or near the outer regions to find Thrawn. Well, to find Ezra Miller, and then of course Thrawn will probably be nearby. But for the Mandalorian season 2, Ahsoka is supposed to be in the episode, and supposed to see more Jedi. I'm actually hoping, excuse me, I'm hoping that Ahsoka is not in Mandalorian season 2. I'm hoping that she's not, because she started but the thing is, it's Dave Filoni, and with Dave Filoni, Ahsoka is Space Jesus. So, because she is get put in everything. And the funny thing is, she's my second favorite character, and it's just like, you're almost about to ruin the character for me, because you're about to put her in almost everything. And it's just like, I need you to stop.
Well, she wasn't branched upon enough, except for in the Clone Wars, and she was a very big part. And I'm honestly surprised, because she's a very big part of the reason why Anakin turned to the dark side. So it's just like, for her not even to be in episode 1, 2, or 3 was kind of questionable. And so now it's just like we're playing catch up, because a lot of people don't know what we know.
Well, this is true. But I don't want it to be to the point of where it's like, because Star Wars, for all intents and purposes, is Luke and Anakin's story. I don't want it to be where it's like, okay, like Ahsoka can be a major minor character in it, where it's just because Obi-Wan affects Anakin and Luke, Ahsoka affects Anakin, and things of that nature. It's like, okay, as long as you don't start to become bigger than what the story is supposed to be about, which Dave Filoni's done a great job at, so I won't question it. I don't want it to be an oversaturation. That's all. That's my only concern. I don't want it to be an oversaturation. I just want it to be, because in Jeff, and I feel like we're about to get off track, where it's just like, I just want her sprinkled in certain, because she was a major part in Rebels. Cool. All right. Of course, because to deal with Vader. The first 2 seasons was her, because as you said, catch up. What's been going on with Ahsoka and Vader since Revenge of the Sith? Okay, this is what's been going on. They had their eventual meetup at their apex. Then they went their separate ways, and you didn't see Ahsoka again until the end of season 4. And of course, Vader is not really in it at all, seasons 3 or 4, because that's dealing with Admiral Thrawn. But we already know what happens with the story of Vader episodes 4, 5, and 6. That's all Vader. So, but yeah, Jedi, Ahsoka. I want more Jedi, but I want different Jedi. I want Jedi like Cal Kestis, like Kanan Jarrus, Cal Kestis, like an unknown Jedi that you didn't know of that survived Order 66 and is now taking the place of, okay, let's take care of the child and things of that nature. And we're going to go, and then who knows, the child may come back after being set free, or not set free, rather, after being taught the ways of the Jedi and come back and find the Mandalorian and be like, yo, what I would love is that if it goes back to where the Mandalorian, the child comes back and wants to be a Mandalorian, and he'll be the second Jedi Mandalorian ever. And go from there. But that's like another season or two. But for season 2, I just want it to be where it's like, okay, one more jetpack action. I don't want Ahsoka to be in season 2 because to me, Ahsoka coming into season 2 takes away from the Mandalorian and the child. Because Ahsoka's a huge player. Like, Ahsoka is huge. And she kind of, and that was the same problem with Rebels. It's like, yeah, I like the Ghost Crew, but Ahsoka's in here now. And for a lot of people, Ahsoka made Rebels for a lot of people. Like, Ahsoka made Rebels watchable because it was like, oh, this is somebody from the Clone Wars. And now you're making these characters better because Ahsoka's in here now.
They need to fix those lightsabers.
Yeah.
They need to fix them.
But I think since this is live action, I don't think we'll have the toothpicks.
But I honestly think if you were to end off season 2 with Ahsoka, just have her appear. Just have her do the typical camera pan around, see her face, and then it shuts off. That's fine.
You know what? I'm good with that. If you just know Ahsoka's there and she's paying attention, cool. Kudos to you. I'm good with that. Because like I said, I just don't want it to be, 1, an oversaturation, and 2, I don't want her to take over the story of, oh, we saw Ahsoka do this, that, and the third. Where's she at now? And then now you're taking away from the Mandalorian. The episode, the story is called The Mandalorian. Leave it at that.
Well, sir, you know what I want to see more of, so I don't really have to say much.
Hold on, there's a lot of stuff that you want to see. You want to see more animals and creatures and things of that nature. Then you want to see more action. So,
but no, episode 9 and 10, that either leave it at that level or bring it up. Because that was great. I just don't like the whole bunch of talking because it's just like, all right, cool, I get it. You know, we got to know this, we got to know that. But no, he has a blaster and a rocket jetpack and a whole bunch of other stuff. I want to see it. I don't want to hear it talking. I'm good.
But that's the thing I loved, and that's the difference. Like, and this is a great thing between me and him. I don't mind talking as long as it has a point. A story and dialogue of, okay, well, this is information that I wanted to know. Oh, okay, well, how this interacts and things of that nature. Now, if you go like Batman v Superman, then no, absolutely not. That was just too much talking, and it went nowhere for an 8-minute fight. No, absolutely not.
My anxiety just shot up like 10.
Yeah, no.
What was more cringeworthy, though? You gotta understand. What was more cringeworthy, the 8-minute fight or your doomsday? Another topic for another day.
Yes, another topic for another day. But no, Mandalorian season 2 has been great so far. The next episode will be dropping. Our next recording will be next week once again for episode 4. However, chapter 11 will be dropping tomorrow, more than likely either after midnight or after 3 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So check your local listings for that on Disney Plus. Do not pirate. Do not pirate. This is actually a great episode and a great story to actually do legally. The Obsidian Alliance does not promote pirating. So, but this has been Magic. That is the Blair Thomas. This has been the Obsidian Alliance. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because we do need to be in the YouTube algorithm in order to see us more and to be able to get us more popular. You have to like the videos and share the videos and things of that nature, so that way YouTube can recognize us. That way, the more stuff more views and stuff we earn, the more stuff we're able to do. And also, yes, there were a couple of you that came and asked, why don't I see your videos even though I'm subscribed? You have to press the little bell icon for all notifications of when we drop videos. So that way you'll be able to get us notified for that. So other than that, it's been the Obsidian Alliance. And if you need guidance, come seek the Alliance. Peace.